if we look to the answer as to why for so many years we achieved so much, prospered as no other people on earth, it was because here in this land we unleashed the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. Those who say that we're in a time when there are no heroes, they just don't know where to look. The sloping hills of Arlington National Cemetery, with its row upon row of simple white markers bearing crosses or stars of David, they add up to only a tiny fraction of the price that has been paid for our freedom. Each one of those markers is a monument to the kind of hero I spoke of earlier. Their lives ended in places called Belleau Wood, the Argonne, Omaha Beach, Salerno, and halfway around the world on Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Pork Chop Hill, the Chosin Reservoir, and in 100 rice paddies and jungles of a place called Vietnam. Under one such marker lies a young man, Martin Treptow, who left his job in a small-town barber shop in 1917 to go to France with the famed Rainbow Division. There on the Western Front, he was killed trying to carry a message between battalions under heavy artillery fire. We're told that on his body was found a diary. On the flyleaf, under the heading, My Pledge, he had written these words: America must win this war. Therefore I will work, I will save, I will sacrifice, I will endure. I will fight cheerfully and do my utmost as if the issue of the whole struggle depended on me alone. We must realize that no arsenal or no weapon in the arsenals of the world is so formidable as the will and moral courage of free men and women. It is a weapon our adversaries in today's world do not have. It is a weapon that we as Americans do have. Let that be understood by those who practice terrorism and prey upon their neighbors. As for the enemies of freedom, those who are potential adversaries, they will be reminded that peace is the highest aspiration of the American people. We will negotiate for it, sacrifice for it. We will not surrender for it now or ever. We are Americans. 6th of June, 1944. 225 Rangers jumped off the British landing craft and ran to the bottom of these cliffs. 225 came here. After 2 days of fighting, only 90 could still bear arms. These are the boys of Puente Loco. These are the men who took the cliffs. These are the champions who helped free a continent. These are the heroes who helped end a war. You are men who in your, quote, lives fought for life and left the vivid air signed with your honor.
In the name of God and country, I learned to defy gravity.
To honor my family,
I lived in the belly of a beast.
I fixed the hearts of iron monsters.
I became a worm in the mud for dignity.
for honor,
For righteousness' sake.
For God and country.
I fought for you.
I fought for you.
For you.
I fought for you.
I fought for you.
I fought for you.
I fought for you.
For you.
For you.
For you.
For you.
I fought for you.
I fought for you.
I fought for you, and I do it again.
I walked through a county courthouse square. On a park bench, an old man was sitting there. I said, "Your old courthouse is kind of run down." He said, "No, it'll do for our little town." I said, "Your old flagpole is leaned a little bit, and that's a ragged old flag you got hanging on it." He said, "Have a seat," and I sat down. "Is this the first time you've been to our little town?" I said, "I think it is." He said, "I don't like to brag, but we're kind of proud of that ragged old flag. You see, we got a little hole in that flag there when Washington took it across the Delaware. And it got powder burned the night that Francis Scott Key sat watching it write and say, 'Can you see?' And it got a bad rip in New Orleans with Pakenham and Jackson tugging at its seams. And it almost fell at the Alamo beside the Texas flag, but she waved on though. She got cut with a sword at Chancellorsville, and she got cut again at Shiloh Hill. There was Robert E. Lee, Beauregard, and Bragg, and the south wind blew hard on that ragged old flag. On Flanders Field in World War I, she got a big hole from a Bertha gun. She turned blood red in World War II. She hung limp and low a time or two. She was in Korea, Vietnam. She went where she was sent by her Uncle Sam. She waved from our ships upon the briny foam, and now they've about quit waving back here at home. In her own good land here, she's been abused. She's been burned, dishonored, denied, and refused. And the government for which she stands is scandalized throughout the land. And she's getting threadbare and she's wearing thin, but she's in good shape for the shape she's in. 'Cause she's been through the fire before, and I believe she can take a whole lot more. So we raise her up every morning, we take her down every night, we don't let her touch the ground, and we fold her upright. On second thought, I do like to brag, 'cause I'm mighty proud of that ragged old flag.
People of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union.
I have a dream that one day
we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and they endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights.
That among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God.
And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Indivisible.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
With liberty and justice for all.
For the land of the free and the home of the
Hello, I'm Chris Christopherson. On November 8th, 1965, the 173rd Airborne Brigade on Operation Hump, War Zone D in Vietnam, were ambushed by over 1,200 VC. 48 American soldiers lost their lives that day. Severely wounded and risking his own life, Lawrence Joel, a medic, was the first living black man since the Spanish-American War to receive the United States Medal of Honor for saving so many lives in the midst of battle that day. Our friend Niles Harris, retired 25 years United States Army, the guy who gave Big Kenny his top hat, was one of the wounded who lived. This song is his story. Caught in the action of kill or be killed, greater love hath no man than to lay down his life for a friend.
As he left South Dakota to fight for the red, white, and blue. He was 19 and green with a new M16, just doing what he had to do. He was dropped in the jungle where the choppers would rumble with the smell of napalm in the air. Then the sergeant said, "Look up ahead." Like a dark evil cloud, 1,200 came down on him and 29 more. They fought for their lives, but most of them died in the 173rd Airborne. On the 8th of November, the angels were crying as they carried his brothers away. With the fire raining down and the hell all around, there were few men left standing that day. Saw the eagle fly through a clear blue sky. 1965. On the 8th of November, the angels were crying as they carried his brothers away. With the fire raining down and the hell all around, there were few men left standing that day. On the 8th of November, the angels were crying as they carried his brothers away. With the fire raining down and the hell all around, there were few men left standing that day. Saw the eagle fly through a clear blue sky. 1965, the 8th of November. As he left South Dakota to fight for the red, white, and blue. He was 19 and green with a new M16, just doing what he had to do.
Thank you to every man, woman who have served in our United States military forces. Happy Veterans Day to those who are still with us and those who are not. Thank you for making the ultimate sacrifice, and thank you to your families as well for carrying that burden. This is a special tribute right here on True Grit and Red Dirt Country.
Knew a man called him Sandy Kane. Few folks even knew his name, but a hero, yes, was he. Left a boy, came back a man. Still many just don't understand about the reasons we are free. Can't forget the look in his eyes or the tears he cried as he said these words to me. All gave some, and some gave all. Some stood through for the red, white, and blue. Some had to fall. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall some gave all. Kane is no longer here, but his words are oh so clear as they echo throughout our land. For all his friends who gave us all, who stood the ground and took the fall to help their fellow man. Love your country and live with pride, and don't forget those who died. America, can't you see? All gave some, and some gave all, and some stood through for the red, white, and blue, and some had to fall. And if you ever of me. Think of all your liberties and recall. Some gave all. And if you ever think of me, think of all your liberties and recall. Yes, recall. Some gave all. Some gave all.
Sale sign on a big old rusty tractor. You can't miss it, it's the first thing that you see. Just up the road, a pale blue water tower with I Love Jenny painted in bright green. Hey, that's my Uncle Bill there by the courthouse. He'll be lowering the flag when the sun goes down. And this is my town.
Yeah, this is my town. Hey, where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays, where I ran off 'cause I got mad and it came to blows with my old man. When I came back, settled down, is where they'll put me in the ground. This is my town. Yeah, this is my town. My town.
There ain't much going on here since they closed the mill. But that whistle still blows every day at noon. A bunch of us still go down to the diner. I wonder if that interstate's still coming through. Come Sunday morning service at the Church of Christ, well, there ain't an empty seat to be found. And this is my town.
Yeah, this is my town. Where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays, where I ran off 'cause I got mad and it came to blows with my old man. But I came back, settled down, where they put me in the ground. This is my town. Yeah, this is my town. My town.
I bought and painted up that rusty tractor. You can't miss it, it's sitting right there in our yard. The county came and took that water tower. And that's Jenny with a baby in the car. Ah, we're off to Sunday service at the Church of Christ. And if we want to see, we better leave right now. And maybe later, me and old T-Roll will show you around our town.
Yeah, this is my town. Yeah, where I was born, where I was raised, where I keep all my yesterdays, where I ran off 'cause I got mad and it came to blows with my old man. I came back, settled down, 'cause where they put me in the ground. This is my town.
We are walking in the footsteps of our fathers, standing in the shadows of our mothers, trying to learn from those who came before us. I see the road maps and the lines upon their face. And as I look out on this crazy congregation, the truth is inside we're all the same. So come on, all my sisters and my brothers, let's go walking, walking in the footsteps of our fathers. I don't know what I'm doing. I ain't gonna preach what I don't know. 'Cause I ain't no deep theologer, no PhD psychologer. I'm making all this shit up as I go. But I know for sure we're all in this together. And in 1,000 years we still won't get it right. So let's rip a page out of old Hank Williams' hymn. Let's have a little church right here tonight, as we go walking in the footsteps of our fathers, standing in the shadows of our mothers, trying to learn from those who came before us. I see the road maps and the lines up on their face. And as I look out on this crazy congregation, how the truth is inside we're all the same. Sisters and my brothers, let's go walking, walking in the footsteps of our As I look down at the brother of my daughter, as I kneel and kiss the sister of my son, I only hope I leave a righteous path to follow as they go walking. We are walking in the footsteps of our
Make sure you take us along anywhere you go with the 98.7 Red Dirt Rebel app. Get it today in your app store.
Yeah, these old boots have roots. Just like my last name, I swear I'll never bring it shame. Yeah, these old boots have roots. When the winds are bitter cold, I know this love of ours will hold. These old boots have roots. So I march to the beat of my heart pounding like a drum. Let 'em run me down, but I'll stand my ground. No, I won't forsake or forget where I come from. I swear I'll never break your heart, only wanna make you smile. These old boots want nothing more than Yeah, these old boots have roots. They told them mark and walk the line. Girl, only you can make them shine. Yeah, these old boots have roots. They're tested, tried and true. Walking side by side by you. These old boots have roots. So I'll march to the beat of my heart pounding like a drum. Let them run me down, but I'll stand my ground. Oh, I won't forsake, don't forget where I come from. I swear I'll never break your heart, only wanna make you smile. These old boots want nothing more than to walk you down the aisle. These old boots have roots. Yeah, these old boots have roots, and they haul a heavy load down a long and winding road. Yeah, these old boots have roots, strong as a live oak tree. Someday you can bury me in these old boots. So I march to the beat of my heart pounding like a drum. Let 'em run me down, but I'll stand my ground. No, I won't forsake or forget where I come from. I swear I'll never break your heart, only wanna make you smile. These old boots want nothing more than to walk you down the aisle. I've never been for a drink, God knows I'll never trade a man for some shallow-hearted soul bouncing back and forth again. Yeah, these old boots have roots. Yeah, these old boots have roots. Baby, these old boots have roots.
I'm just trying to be a father, raise a daughter and a son, be a lover to their mother, everything to everyone, up and at 'em bright and early. I'm all business in my suit. Yeah, I'm dressed up for success, from my head down to my boots. I don't do it for the money, there's bills that I can't pay. I don't do it for the glory, I just do it anyway. Providing for our futures, my responsibility. Yeah, I'm real good under pressure, being all that I can be. I can't call in sick on Mondays when the weekend's been too strong. I just work straight through the holidays, sometimes all night long. You can bet that I stand ready when the wolf growls at the door. Hey, I'm solid, hey, I'm steady, hey, I'm true down to the core. And I will always do my duty, no matter what the price. I've counted up the cost, I know the sacrifice. Oh, and I don't want to die for you, but if dying's asking me, I'll bear that cross with honor, 'cause freedom don't come free. I'm an American soldier, an American. Beside my brothers and my sisters, I will proudly take a stand. When liberty's in jeopardy, I will always do what's right. I'm
True Grit and Red Dirt Country is a QITC studio production.